Hi Nines, welcome to Japanese with Mrs. Gill. This video is going to go through your activities and topics for week 1 of your Japanese lessons. The second video is going to go through your week 2 activities and what you need to be working on through those weeks to keep on top of your Japanese. So this is the attachment, this is the Word document that I've emailed out to everyone earlier in the week. OneNote is currently not working for me, so I would suggest don't be doing your stuff on OneNote for my lessons. Either pick up a hard copy from the office, a paper copy, or you can download this into your documents and save it, type in your answers, and then email it back to me for some really quick feedback. So, week 1 and 2, our topic for this unit is going to be about hobbies. We're also going to be looking at holidays and a lot of time words. And when I mean time words, we're talking about how often do you do things, and if you don't do something or you don't do something very often. We're going to be looking at a lot of different verb phrases in this unit as well, but not in these first 2 weeks. So, in week 1, we've got our learning goals here and also what the activities you need to complete, and then week 2 is down here. If you're a really speedy person, I've also given you an extension activity or an extra activity. That way, if you want to, you can keep working on your Japanese even if you've finished the stuff that I've originally set. So, in terms of your time or how much I expect you to be working on Japanese, usually if it was a normal school week, you would be spending about 2 hours a week in lessons on Japanese. So over the next 2 weeks, if you spend 3 to 4 hours on your Japanese work, you should have had plenty of time to finish that work and get through everything. If you're really stuck on something, I've had some people email me saying that they're stuck on a couple of things. If you really are stuck, email me or call the school and we can try and figure it out that way. If you're still stuck or it's a little bit too hard for you, skip that question and go to the stuff that you can complete. Alright, week 1, we're doing first a review quiz of term 1, which was our transport and school excursions unit, where they're going to be looking at this idea of free time and how teenagers spend their free time. And we're going to look over some kanji and review some old vocab. That's definitely going to come up in this unit again. So if we go down to week 1, we're going to start with a review quiz of our travel and school events. Question number 1, all you have to do, this is looking at our kanji in our verbs that we learnt last term. So what is the English meaning of these 3 words, and then how do I actually pronounce that in Romaji? Number 2 is a mix and match activity. So you have the Japanese words on this side, the English words on this side, pair them up either by color coding them or drawing a line between the correct words in the pairs. Down here, we're reviewing our transport words. This was from a worksheet that you got last term. All you need to do is label the pictures below in script. Remember, some will be katakana, some will be hiragana, so make sure if you are using the typing function on your laptop or computer that you're switching between hiragana and katakana. And nice easy one, number 4, what are these seasons? So we are looking at certain holidays, for example, the summer holidays or the winter holidays. So we do need to remember our seasons words from last term. Continuing on, question number 5, you need to fill in the blanks, and I've got the word bank over here for you. So you need to look at those 5 words, figure out first what they mean, figure out what sentence they would best fit in. I'll give you a hint. Letter A ends in a cut, which is a question mark. So that is going to be a question phrase. There's also a to in between these 2 words on letter B. So that's going to be something and something. So that one may be some transport words. I go by something and something. Number 6 is an easy one. All you need to do is put these sentences into English. The hint here is that they include the days and the months. So you'll need to be making sure that you're looking back at your purple laminated vocab chart from last term, or that you've printed off or you've got a copy saved on your computer. I've emailed out all the vocab charts earlier in the week. This last question here for number 7, it is a bit more of a difficult text. So if this is going to be a bit too hard for you, that's okay. This is using lots of different vocab words, very high level sentences, and also there's lots of bonus or extra words included in that you need to figure out. So if you're struggling with that one, decode what you can, and then summarize the main points in English. Alright, so once you've finished your review of term 1, we're going to move into our new stuff for term 2. So term 2, we know that we're looking at hobbies and holidays, and of course we usually start out with either a cultural background or our kanji, and that's what we're learning at in week 1. So these first questions are looking at what do you already know about how teenagers spend their time in Japan, and what's something that you want to be able to talk about in more detail. This is going to be referring back to, especially in these first few weeks, a lot to the after school activities unit, and also your daily routines unit. So you may need to grab out those vocab charts as well. If you have the printed copies, it's a dark blue one for daily routines and it's a pink one for after school activities. Righto, down here you need to read this information about hobbies and holidays and highlight the key information. Over on this side, we've got a summary table about what is the most top 6 things that Japanese kids do on the weekends. And we've also got down here the top 5 or top 4 and then 8 hobbies of Japanese people. This stuff with our hobbies, we've already looked at this a little bit before. Some of these words up here in shumatsu or on the weekend will be new. So then you've got one more question here about why is goro goro shimasu the most popular way to spend the weekend. Let's see if you can figure that out. After we've warmed up with looking at that stuff, we're going to move straight into our kanji. Now for your kanji this term, you only have 4 new kanji, which are the purple ones. And we also do need to remember how to write time or hour, which is di or toki, and that's the pink one there. So first thing you need to do with your kanji is practice writing each of these on a blank piece of paper or in your Japanese book 10 times each. They're a lot easier than other kanji we have learnt in the past. This kanji here for by is actually quite easy once you realise the strokes in it. It is much easier, for example, than our time one, which we've looked at in the past. These comprehension questions are word problems. They're asking you to answer in English and figure out what different combinations of kanji mean and how Japanese people combine kanji to create new words. So that is all that bit there. Number 2, we're looking at our kanji again. This time, however, I've given you some pronunciations of the particles and also some extra words here in the help box if you don't remember the words, for example, for mum or for dad from a family unit. All you need to do here is put them into English. So that's got a combo of the different kanji that you've just learnt up the top here. Moving on to number 3, this is a kanji summary of both old and some of the new kanji that you'll be seeing in this unit. So this unit really focuses on looking back at previous things we've learned and applying them to new sentence patterns and to expand upon what we can already say in those sentences. What you need to do is you need to look at the kanji, fill in the romaji and the English. So some of these I've already put in for you, some that I think you may get stuck on. So for example, this symbol here is pronounced hon and it also means book. If you don't remember what these kanji mean, if you look at the new vocab chart I sent out, which I sent out I think on Tuesday afternoon, it has actually a kanji summary on the back with your sentence patterns. So instead of looking at the wall in the classroom, you've got all your kanji on your new vocab chart. Using these kanji above, all you need to do is copy and paste, if you don't have the keyboard function, copy and paste each kanji into where you think it needs to go. And I've told you what the romaji sounds are under there and given you an English sentence as a clue. So all you need to do is use your kanji and fill out where everything needs to go. Make sure when you're doing verbs, for example, this one is tabemasu. This here only says mas, so I'm going to need to put in ta and be. So for example, if we go back to tabemasu, which is here, this is ta, this part here is be, so tabe means eat, so I need to put both the hiragana and the kanji for that one to make sense. So just make sure you are putting in the kanji with its appropriate sounds. The next part of our week 1 unit is looking back into naraigoto or bukatsu, which is what Japanese kids do after school. This is something we've already learnt, but it's just a review of key vocab that you're going to see again in this unit. Your job for this one is to highlight any hiragana words you find in yellow and any katakana words you find in green. So we have the bukatsu for boys and girls, what's most popular from 1 to 6. From these bukatsu above, I want you to list any similarities or differences that you have, and also down here are some extra bukatsu words that we've already previously learnt. Again, highlight yellow for hiragana, highlight green for katakana. The last thing I want you to do for week 1 is to find 3 words, either use Google or a dictionary app, that you might need in the future to describe your hobbies. So if one of your hobbies is not on here at all, it hasn't been mentioned yet in any of this Japanese stuff, then put those in there so you can actually use that vocab words in the future. So that's everything you need to do for week 1. Have a look at the video for week 2 if you've already finished your week 1 stuff, and hopefully I'll see you guys soon.